Moving on to our next one, send them to Turkey or nah, send them to Turkey or nah. Another music question. Well, not a question, but uh, Kanye, aka Ye, becomes the fifth rapper to have 10 songs surpass 1 billion on Spotify streams each. Again, Kanye West, aka Ye, becomes the fifth artist, the fifth rapper to have 10 songs surpass 1 billion on Spotify in streams each. So are we sending this accomplishment to Turkey or not? Are we sending this accomplishment to Turkey or not? Let me know what y'all think in the chat. Let me know what y'all think in the chat. Me personally, I'm not going to send this to Turkey. I can understand why this would even be send it to Turkey or not send it to Turkey. Uh, but I'm not going to send it to Turkey. Mainly for the fact that he's getting the recognition based on, you know, how good he's been in the space of music. Kanye West, throughout his career, has made great music, made great albums. Regardless of what you may think of him personally, he's always gave us a good product of music. Um, but Spotify in itself, we spoke on Spotify recently. Spotify is not a platform friendly place for artists. So if he has what they just said, what they just said, if he has 1 billion streams on 10 songs on Spotify, he's gonna make some money, but he's never gonna make the money that he's supposed to. Because based on their calculation, they pay the least amount of money out of any platform. So at the end of the day, this is a great accomplishment. Wonderful. But I probably would be a little bit more excited if he was able to gain the benefit of it in his own pockets. I'm all for about artists and artists' pockets, especially when we do the work. When we do the work, to be an artist, you have to have some money. You have to have money to go record. You have to have some money to buy beats. You have to have money to do promotion. You have to have money to go to the right places to engage and have to have money to get merchandise made, a website made. Like this takes time and energy. So in order for him to benefit from that, just like any other artist, if he's not going to make the proper money on this, then I could definitely see why we're going to send this to Turkey. And again, I broke last show that Spotify has a new update where basically any artist that streams through Spotify, including myself, I had music up on Spotify that I'm actively working to get some of it off of Spotify. I can't get it all off, but I'm trying to get some of the albums off of Spotify because being on Spotify and promoting through their platform, we're basically an artist of Spotify. So what that means is they could take the music and AI it without any type of reimbursement. They could take the music and license it with another company online with no reimbursement to the artist. Hey, and then they don't even need our okay. Let's say there's another platform that gives music directly to us. That gives music straight directly to what's the platform I can say? Facebook. That's say Facebook. You could go on Facebook and look up the music or whatever. That takes a distributor that does that, right? So imagine that distributor going to Spotify and saying, we want these artists. And so Spotify would get them and that distributor would pay Spotify and not the artist. And the artist will continue to make the pennies based on the play. So that people not understanding there's a difference between having the stream count and there's also a difference between having the buy. When they buying the music, when they're buying the rights to it, we don't maintain it based on going it through Spotify. So again, him having these amount of songs streamed, again, over 1 billion streams on 10 different songs. That is a ridiculous amount of streams. And if the stream count was correct, that would be a ridiculous amount of money. But because the lion's share goes to Spotify with all artists, and some artists do have sweeter deals if they're going directly to Spotify. But a lot of artists, especially the most famous, the most known artists, do not have that type of deal with these platforms. I guarantee it. Don't let them cap to you. If they're selling their, if they're selling their publishing, or if they're selling their catalog, that means they're strapped for cash. They're cash poor. So again, and this is not necessarily directly to saying that this is Kanye's actual issue, but it's very probable that, again, he's not seeing the lion's share of that amount of streams. So I'm not going to send it to Turkey because it is an accomplishment for Kanye West, but it's still kind of sending to Turkey because it's like, damn, you won't even receive the full benefit of your work. In the chat, Kanye is talented, just a little. Most people would say that. Most people would say that, Patrick. Most people would say that. This is an awesome accomplishment. Yeah, it's so. All right, so for what most people don't understand, as artists, the biggest thing that most artists want first and foremost is love and respect from our peers, other people that make music, right? Like, damn, I respect the way he rapped that. I respect the way he sung that. I respect the way he did that beat. And secondly is the love from the people. And thirdly, the fame only if it's positive, only if it's led to the money. Because money and fame is not one and the same in the music space. So this is a huge accomplishment for Kanye West. Absolutely. Absolutely. But when you don't receive your money, he does receive the love from his peers. He does have the love and adulation from his fan base and things of that nature. But the money has to align. So even being famous, like even with artists will rather get their money if they're not going to be famous. Most artists would rather get money than be famous. Now, the artists who are pushed, they want to be famous more than have that money because they signed their rights over. The money that they were supposed to make is being used to push to be made for them to be famous. But again, cash poor. So, but shout out to Kanye West. That's, again, a huge, huge accomplishment. But again, tap into that money. Tap into that money. Get 200% of your rights. So, all right, y'all. Moving on to our next segment. Y'all already know what time it is. It's time to rap. This segment is brought to you by Button Snaps, where you get the finest of movies, shows, documentaries, and original content for your viewing pleasure of $4.99. Again, it's called Button Snaps. That's the word button, hyphenated sign, and the word snaps.com. Again, it's the word button, hyphenated sign, and the word snaps.com. First hot topic of the night. Oh, well, hold on. Before I get to the first topic, rest in peace. Rest in peace to Ricky Hatton, iconic boxer, great fighter, man. He's had a lot of signature fights. If you don't know who Ricky Hatton is, please go look him up when you get a chance to. He was an outstanding fighter. He had classic fights. So again, rest in peace to Ricky Hatton. He passed away at 46 years old. And again, to an iconic actor, again, that just passed away as well. Robert Redford, terrific actor, man. Robert Redford, if you watch any of these movies from like the 80s and the 90s, you're going to find Robert Redford in these movies. And he's always been a stellar actor. He's probably most famous for the movie called Indecent Proposal with Woody Harrelson and Demi Moore. where he plays a billionaire or a multi-millionaire tycoon, and he sees this married couple, and he's so engulfed with the woman's beauty. He asked the husband straight up. He was like, "Yo, how much money I made? Okay, cool. What if I gave you $1 million for one night with your wife?" And he was like, "You serious?" He's like, "Yeah, in cash. Get this money on if I get one night with your wife." And you have to see the rest of the movie. I won't ruin it for you. So again, shout out to Robert Redford. He passed away at 89 years old. Iconic actor. So again, rest in